One ordinary morning begins quietly, with people waking up, getting ready for work or school, and moving through their routines without expecting anything unusual. At first, nothing seems different, but within minutes, a strange realization spreads. As people look in the mirror, something feels wrong. The reflection staring back at them is not unique. It is the same face, identical for everyone. At first, many assume it is a dream or some kind of temporary confusion, but as they step outside and see others, the truth becomes impossible to ignore. Every person in the world now has exactly the same face. There are no differences, no distinguishing features, no visual identity that separates one individual from another. The reaction is immediate and unsettling. People struggle to recognize even their closest family members. Parents cannot easily identify their children. Friends hesitate before speaking because they are unsure who they are looking at. Crowded places become overwhelming because everyone looks exactly the same. The sense of familiarity that once came from simply seeing someone disappears completely. At first, people try to rely on other clues. Voices become important, as well as clothing, behavior, and location. But even these are not always enough. In busy environments, confusion grows quickly. Mistakes happen constantly as people approach the wrong person or misunderstand who they are interacting with. Workplaces face serious challenges as employees struggle to identify colleagues. Meetings become disorganized because no one can easily tell who is speaking without careful attention. Systems that rely on identification become unreliable. Security measures based on appearance fail immediately, forcing organizations to search for new ways to verify identity. As the day continues, the emotional impact becomes stronger. People begin to feel a loss of individuality. For many, identity has always been connected to appearance, even in subtle ways. Without it, a sense of uncertainty grows. People start questioning how much of who they are is tied to how they look. At the same time, something unexpected begins to happen. Without visual differences, people are forced to focus on other aspects of identity. The way someone speaks, the way they think, and the way they behave become more noticeable. Conversations become more meaningful because appearance no longer influences first impressions. Some people feel relieved as judgments based on looks disappear. Others feel uncomfortable as they can no longer rely on appearance to express themselves. As evening approaches, society begins adapting in small but important ways. People create temporary solutions, such as wearing unique clothing or using distinctive accessories to help others recognize them. Names and voices become more important than ever before. Communication slows down slightly because more attention is required to avoid confusion. The world feels different, not just visually, but socially. Interactions become more deliberate, and people think more carefully about how they present themselves through actions rather than appearance. By the end of the day, the experience begins to reveal a deeper understanding. Identity is not only about how someone looks, but also about how they act, speak, and connect with others. When everyone shares the same face, those differences become clearer than ever before. Finally, as the next morning arrives, everything returns to normal. Faces are different again, and people can recognize each other instantly. Life continues as it did before, but something has changed in the way people think. The experience leaves behind a quiet question that lingers in many minds. If appearance were no longer a way to define identity, would people value character and behavior more than they do now, or would they quickly return to judging what they see on the surface?